Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I'm Scarlett.
And I'm Shotzi.
And we want to take this week to answer some questions from you guys and actually do something we've never done before and tell you guys some old stories about things that happened in previous episodes that we have never told anybody.
Yeah, I mean, like when we go on these investigations, we're filming for 4+ hours, and especially like for WWE's YouTube platform, we were limited to like 30 minutes or less. So there is a lot of things that we loved and we weren't able to show.
And there were a lot of places that actually were very haunted and a lot of places that weren't that haunted. So we will share some of our favorite places and some of our places that we wouldn't go back to.
That's true.
But I think we'll start with questions from you guys.
Yeah, I posted on Instagram yesterday.
And you guys sent in a lot of questions.
I know, you guys were real quick about it because like, I posted that a few hours ago and here we are filming this. So let's get into some good ones. Just,
is there any place, this is from Demario.
Oh, Demario.
Where's a place that you've refused or would refuse to experience?
Oh, I don't know.
For me, literally none. Like there's nothing I would say no to.
There isn't a place that I would say no to because it's like too demonic or scary. Mm-hmm. Oh no, we have one.
What is it?
Cecil.
Oh,
but not because of the fact that it's so scary, but just because the fact that it is in a very sketch area.
I would investigate it if they closed down the entire building and if we didn't have to sleep there overnight because of the Elsa Lam story and how, you know, she went up the elevator and she went crazy and then they found her in the water tank.
Yeah. People were showering with her decaying dead body. Like, oh my God.
But it is scary that it's like downtown LA. Like that's kind of the worst part of it.
Yeah. So actually I have a story about Cecil. I was going to stay there that same year that she died.
It was that year?
That same year. But I had no idea about its haunted history. I had no idea about Richard Ramirez staying there or that being the last place that the Black Dahlia was seen.
People jump there all the time.
Yeah, it's terrifying. But I booked it online.
How much was it?
$30.
It's a good price.
$30. I booked it on hotels.com. And I just needed a cheap spot to stay at. I was visiting some friends in Hollywood because I went to school there. I went to AMDA, like right down the street. And I was like, oh, this place is real cheap. I show up and it is rough there. Like
you got all the way there?
I got all the way there. I checked in and I was going to park my car across the street. And it was just sketch. Like I thought my car was gonna get broken into. I was just terrified. Like the people in the hotel were like really scaring me. Like I thought I was going to get robbed and I thought my car was gonna get stolen. So I just decided to eat the $30, which at that time was a lot for me. And I got a different hotel a couple streets down the way,
And you had no idea
I
what Cecil was?
No idea, but it just had bad vibes. Not
you knew?
Yes, yeah, and I feel like that's some place that we'll probably never get to go in unless it was abandoned and was like opened up for like haunted tours.
And we could lock the front door so no one can get in?
Yeah, because it's honestly just turned into like, I mean, I hate to say it, but like, just like really bad stuff happens there. Yeah. Not just the haunted things. So
makes sense.
Yeah, that's somewhere that I probably won't touch anytime soon.
Agreed.
So good question.
Where is a haunted spot you two want to explore? A few people ask this question.
Oh my God, yeah.
You're number one.
Oh my God, I don't know. We have so many. Probably the Warren Museum.
The Warren Museum, okay.
Yeah, I want to meet Annabelle so bad.
We might have a chance to do that soon.
Yeah, I know. We're working on it. We're working on it.
We have a contact, so we'll see if we can make that happen.
Oh my God, honestly, like if you could make that happen, I would die. That is one spot I really want to go to.
If it does happen, it will be soon, so we'll keep you guys posted.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a ton of places that we want to see, like Sally and the Garnet House.
Yes.
Which you've already been to one of them. Which one did you just go to recently with Kelsey?
Garnet House is the house that if you are a skeptic, that place will make you believe. We watched a toy truck, roll across the floor on its own. Things get thrown at you. I've never seen movie level paranormal activity. Like, you would think that there's a string attached to stuff, but it isn't. The guy who owns it has an actual corpse in the house without a head. I don't know where he got it from. But even the story with that house is insane.
Yeah, you guys should check out Scarlett's episode on Kelsey's YouTube channel. It's really freaky. They get stuff thrown at them. Like, it's wild. I'm really excited to go there myself.
You know, they actually shut down, they tried to shut down the house, the city did. The mayor was fighting to get that house torn down for some reason because there was a lot of history of torture, it was a brothel, all this stuff. When that case failed, the mayor actually deleted all his social media and fled town and no one can find him.
That's creepy.
I don't know what he knew about, but there's been sketchy stuff going on at that house for a long time. But as far as international stuff, Dracula's Castle is probably my number one. If we could do Dracula's Castle, it would be amazing.
Oh my God, can we?
I mean, I'm Romanian, so I can make a Romanian polka.
You have to. And then we could go visit your granny.
We'll visit my grandma. Yeah.
We should invite her on this
she would
investigation.
Never. She would never.
She'd be like, what are you doing?
Oh my God. And then the Hoia Forest, which is like where, you know, the elementals are. I don't know. There's just so much in Romania we can do.
Ooh, are they close by?
Hoia and Bron Castle, Dracula's Castle, are right by each other, yes.
That's perfect.
But my grandma's on the Black Sea, so she's far away, so she can't come.
Yeah, I feel like there's like way more haunted stuff in Europe.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, if we could do like a whole European haunted tour, that'd be so great.
Guys, we want to do it. So
I know.
WWE.
You know, honestly, we should fit it in for that European tour.
In March?
Yes.
The only thing I'd be afraid of is trying to get my equipment over because I feel like some of it just might look weird to the TSA. And the thing with equipment, this is one thing I just want to add in because a lot of people question why we use so much equipment. It's really hard on camera for you guys to understand exactly what we're hearing, feeling, seeing. So we use the equipment also to kind of prove what we're feeling and seeing, but also so you guys have a reference. So you can see, look, there is electromagnetic energy. Look, there are things being influenced by motion and you can hear things on the voice recorder. A lot of people are like, oh, you know, the spirit boxes don't work. I'm telling you, even I questioned the equipment at first.
Yeah.
I questioned it until things kept lining up. Certain answers to things that there's no way, you know, we could have faked them. And just telling you guys right now, because I know there's always that comment of the people who say, oh, we're faking this. We do not fake anything. Like I swear on my mother's life, we do not fake our show. We don't fake our show. And that's one of the reasons we try to bring so many guests on, because I think some people are like, oh yeah, we'll just play along and this is gonna be fun. And then they're scared like shitless.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun.
Yeah, but like to add on to like Spirit Box, you can tell when it's like just gibberish and like no one's coming through. Like honestly get disappointed when it's like, oh man, like this isn't working. We got to change spots. Like sometimes we'll edit those out because like it's just boring and it just didn't work in whatever spot we were at. And it like makes a ton of a difference when they're actually answering the questions. Like words are coming through that you're like, wait, okay, that just matches up way too crazy.
Speaking of which, there was a question on there asking what was the scariest place we experienced, and that has to do with the intelligent answers we were getting. Do you remember, for me it was Hill House. Do you remember Otis, when the way he reacted to the spirit box? Because at first Otis was like, oh, no, this is cute, you know, a little spirit box, so we'll see how this works. You see him in the beginning of the episode. He has like his voice on, his character voice, and he drops it after that. He was hearing drowning and moaning and everything that lined up with the demon that was there. Do you remember that?
The very sexual demon, which we had to cut out a lot of that because, you know, for WWE's YouTube page, we try to keep it real PG. On this page, we call it PG-13, you know?
Yes.
We don't mind saying titty or whatever. If a ghost is a little perv, we will call them out on being a perv here, and you will see that. But something that was cut out from Hill House is the very sexual conversations we were having through the Estes method that Otis was in. Yeah. Yes. When Otis was in the bathtub doing Estes, he was saying some nasty, offensive stuff. Like,
we thought he was messing with us until you got on the Estes, because we're like, there's no way he's just messing with us right now. But then, he was freaked out.
Yeah, then I put it on and I heard all of the moaning and like they were calling us sluts. They were like, they were saying some really vulgar stuff. I wish we could have kept it in, but got to keep it PG.
The PG way of saying it, I'm finishing.
Yes.
Well, that's the PG way.
Yeah,
but like,
there was a lot
detail.
of finishing in detail. Yes. Unfortunately, we couldn't
and that's why you were giggling. They showed the giggling, but you say why?
I know, I was giggling a lot. Like I didn't even want to repeat some of the things that was coming through the spirit box.
And that was the demon of lust who makes you see and hear sexual things.
Yeah.
And Otis was also saying that like in his head, like it's like he was having thoughts that weren't his. And that's also one of the main signs when you're dealing with this demon.
Yeah, so basically this demon makes you horny.
But in a bad, not fun way.
In a really naughty way.
In
like
a very naughty way.
Like all of your like most disturbing thoughts come through.
Or not even things you want to think about.
Yeah. So that was a scene that got cut from Hill House. Yes. We do want to go back to Hill House. A PG-13 version of Hill House coming very soon, hopefully.
Where we'll stay overnight, and we actually want to bring skeptics this time in WWE.
Yeah,
we have a few.
Yeah, we have a few friends that do not believe in this stuff, and we love bringing them to the most terrifying spots. So I think Hill House is a good spot to bring a skeptic.
For sure.
Dom and Otis believe in all this stuff, so they were just a good time. But I really want to change people's minds.
Otis just didn't believe in the equipment until afterwards.
Oh, he didn't?
He was not sure, because of course people see this equipment, they're like, oh, this is beeping, this can be triggered.
Right.
But it wasn't until it was lining up with the way he was feeling, and like the random bangs on the wall, and like hearing whisperings like right behind him, and it coming up in the spirit box, and the bang that was like signaled right before. He didn't believe in the equipment until afterwards, which happens a lot with our guests.
Honestly, the bangs that you heard on the YouTube video did not do it justice.
No.
Like, God, being in there and you hear this loud bang, that was so terrifying. That was so terrifying.
How do you feel about sleeping there?
Okay, so I would have slept there if it wasn't so hot. There was only one room in the house that had proper AC.
It was summer, August.
Yeah, and honestly, some of those rooms were just like so scary. Like I was like, I don't know, Scarlett, I'm not sleeping in this room, but I would share the chokey room with you.
For sure.
And I honestly want to stay there because, I've been trying to get touched by ghosts for so long. And I feel like if we stayed in the chokey room, we might get touched.
I mean, going back, I know we're crossing over with old episodes and answering your guys' questions, but like I feel like this is all, triggering so many memories right now.
For sure.
Kevin did get touched the one time, and I was having the bed shaken at Lizzie Borden.
Oh, see, Lizzie Borden is my scariest.
That was your scariest?
Yes. Okay, so Hill House is scary just because it's so dark and it has like demons and everything.
Just demons.
Yeah, like no big deal, just demons. But as far as like activity, like at Lizzie Borden's, I feel like it's super duper active, but I'm not like scared of the spirits there. Like I feel like they were human. I do honestly believe that it is the family. But they are so active. Like Lizzie Borden's, hands down, I think is one of the most haunted, active places ever. I would go back again. I wish I stayed the night there, but I was too scared to stay by myself. I didn't have my Jesus with me.
I thought you had a match the next day too.
I did have, that's right.
That's why you left. That was amazing.
Yeah, I had a match the next day and I didn't have Jesus with me, so I just didn't want to deal with not sleeping.
Kevin and I have that rule too. If he has a match the next day, if I were to have a match, if she has a match, we won't sleep overnight somewhere because we need to be rested for safety reasons.
Yes,
so
that's true. That's true. But if Jesus was there, I totally would have been down because I can sleep with him. Although I don't know that he's down to stay anywhere anymore because we stayed in the haunted Queen Mary room, B340, and his nose was bleeding. he was like not feeling good.
Talking shit though?
He was. So we stayed at the Queen Mary on the last day of our honeymoon. That was like our last little fun night, and we could not sleep. He was terrified. His nose was bleeding, but he came in talking shit. Like, he came in being like, screw you, ghosts. And I was like, babe, can you please be respectful? Like, we're staying here tonight.
He's laughing over there.
And he's just like, screw that. This is my hotel room. And I'm like, oh my God. No, we're the visitors here. I'm sorry. Please excuse my husband. But yeah, he was not having it.
To be fair, Kevin kind of did that with Robert the doll. Like, he was joking about it. So these are all stories, even things we don't have on camera. So these are all personal stories, guys.
Yeah,
that,
see,
like, you can't see anywhere.
Yeah, because we've been staying at haunted stuff before we even started filming it, and like even on our off times, we still stay at haunted places. It's not just for YouTube. We love it genuinely. Yes. But yeah, Robert the doll.
So Kevin was making fun of Robert. I'm like, babe, you cannot say anything bad about Robert. Like, he will curse you.
Wait. Okay, who is Robert the doll? Where is Robert the doll? What is the story behind Robert the doll?
I feel like anyone watching this should know Robert the doll. It's the most famous haunted doll, I would say, probably in the world, next to Annabelle. Robert the doll is in Key West.
So not far from us.
No, not far from us. So we will be going there together very soon. Yes. But Robert is known to curse you. You have to be very, very polite to Robert. Kevin, before we got there, he was talking shit about Robert in the hotel. I'm like, babe, even here, I wouldn't be doing that. Wouldn't be doing that. And so during the tour was a bit slow. Once we got into the room with Robert, he is covered in a tarp, and then they play a video about him that was about 10 minutes long. The video, I will say, was very slow. Kevin is sitting there and just like, just falling asleep. I'm like, babe, stop. Like, wake up. So they unveil him. We take our pictures. I'm very polite. I'm telling Kevin to be polite. We get in the car. He can't find his wedding ring.
Oh.
He's freaking out. We get back to the hotel. We're like, where is it? Where'd it go? Little trickster. We went back to the car to look. Somehow it had fallen between the seats. I don't know how it got off his finger. I don't know if it's because I was very polite. So maybe Robert was like, I'm gonna mess with your husband, but you were cool. So I'm not gonna mess with you that bad. But I told him, I'm like, this is because you were talking shit about Robert. So don't do it.
Why do our husbands do this?
Because they don't believe right away. Kevin was the same way with Lizzie, but Lizzie Borden changed him. Ever since we were sleeping, he got poked in the knee. The bed was shaking. The sheets were getting ripped off us. The door was opening on its own. It's great. I would just say do not sleep in Lizzie's room, because at one point I was walking around the house by myself. I was laying in Lizzie's bed, trying to get some pictures, because we had the entire second floor to ourselves. And then all of a sudden I started getting this really, really bad pain in my side, and I thought I was having appendicitis. It passed after about 10 minutes, and I'm like, oh my God, I think I'm gonna have to go to the hospital. Luckily it passed, but then I looked up to see if Lizzie had anything to do with like appendix. She had gallbladder issues, and she had gallbladder surgery, and that was the same location as my pain.
What about the room where the mother was killed?
So we ended up sleeping in her closet, which is why that's who we think was bothering us and telling us to get out of her room in the middle of the night.
Oh, right.
But Kevin, straight up at 4:30 in the morning, he's like, I think I'm gonna go. And I asked him what's going on. And he wouldn't tell me, and I made him tell me, and he's like, something just touched my leg. Like, he felt like a hand touch his leg.
Yeah.
So that was like the one time he got touched, and he was just over it. But I convinced him to stay.
Yeah. Okay. See, like, Jesus hasn't learned his lesson. He'll mess with Pinch, and I'm like, dude, can you just like be nice to Pinch, please?
How does he mess with Pinch?
Well, sometimes I'll like tell him to hold Pinch, and then he'll like hold him like this.
Kevin would do that.
Like, he like messes with them, and I'm sorry, Pinch. I just had to like show them. sorry. Pinch and I are cool. We have like an understanding. But like, I can tell. Oh my God, she just farted.
See, Pinch did that. Pinch made that happen.
I think he did. Maybe Pinch farted.
Pinch gives you gas. Oh my God, imagine it wasn't your dog.
I know, it's just Pinch farting.
Wait, you did hold him upside down in front of your face?
I know.
Guys, see, be respectful to the ghosts.
I know, I'm sorry, Vinci, I'm sorry.
But speaking of which, there was a lot of questions asking us how we protect ourselves from attachments.
I think that's super important to know, because I feel like we're inspiring maybe some people to go to these haunted places, and I think like you should probably protect yourself. Yeah. I think that's super important, and we take that really seriously.
We do, and we've actually chilled out a bit more now. In the beginning, we would do it before and after. Now we do it more after.
Yeah.
But certain places that we know are going to be very heavy, we'll say a few things before. We'll say, I have this one saying, may I remain open to what I need to perceive, but may I be protected from what may wish to do me harm. So we'll say something like that before.
I've honestly just stopped saying anything beforehand.
Just because sometimes it feels like it closes off some
Yeah. We want to be like, I don't know, I'm like, because I'm trying to get touched, you know? I'm trying to get touched, so I just like I don't do any like protection beforehand. I just like to, you know, think that I am already protected.
I protected you really hard at Haunted Museum the very first time before we filmed.
Honestly, I wanted you to before, and even the second time that we've gone to the museum, because I came in actually really scared because Peggy really freaked me out. And like I didn't want to sit on the devil's rocking chair. I don't know what compelled me to do it, but I really was scared to go in this second time, even more than the first time.
Me too, actually, because it was so heavy the first time. I think we actually spiritually, I feel like our armor just got stronger the more we've done this too.
Yeah.
But the first time, I remember I put Angel Michael sigils on our back in protection oil. I'm
glad you did.
Oh yeah, I feel like it helped.
I feel like Peggy would have given me a heart attack if you didn't. Because honestly,
you felt
like
it coming on.
Yes, yeah. I feel like she tried to attach herself to me. Even the second time, I feel like she tried to.
But we were doing the same kind of protection stuff before too. Like we didn't mess with it the second time either, because we know what's in that
but
museum.
Honestly, if I went back to the museum, I'm not scared this time. Like the second time kind of cleared my mind about the museum. I think I can go in super powerful.
Oh yeah.
And feel good about going in. But I was honestly scared.
What did we do the second time that was different? Oh, we still did the protection on the back of our necks, like a cross.
Yeah.
A lot of times, sometimes when people are very scared, I'll have them say Psalm 23 afterwards. I have it memorized. And then Psalm 91 is a really good protection one. We always say for entities not to follow us home. That's something every single time we do. We have something we say at the very end. It's I close any and all agreements with all entities, and they are no longer welcome to be near me, to interact with me, or to follow me home.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet.
That's all you gotta do.
Yep.
Honestly, anytime you're feeling any bad vibes or whatever, you can just tell them to fuck off.
Yes.
Like you really just have to be assertive with what you want or don't want.
Completely. And if you're kind of emotionally going through something like a breakup or a job loss, or even if you're sick with like the flu or something, we'll tell people it's probably not a good idea to come, because if you're feeling emotionally weak, mentally weak, that's when, if you're like low vibrations, these things can attach to you a lot more easily. So even before, we'll listen to good music, we'll stop any negative conversations about anything like an hour before, we'll dance. You'll hear us sing sometimes on our episodes if we're feeling scared, because it raises the vibes.
Yeah.
But there's things like that you can do. You could even literally hug a tree. Like
ground yourself.
Ground yourself.
Yeah, put your toes in the grass. Literally touch grass.
Literally touch grass. Literally touch a tree, hug a tree, touch some grass.
Yeah.
It helps.
Yeah,
it really does.
It really does. Sometimes I feel like I have to do that with Pinch.
With Pinch?
So, yeah, sometimes I'm home alone and I feel like he's creeping on me a little bit.
You think he wants to like come out and talk more?
I'm not sure. I'm still figuring him out, but sometimes I feel heavy. Like when we go to a place and it'll just come out of nowhere, like I'm doing my makeup or just getting ready and I feel something and it like creeps me out a little bit, and then I'm like, Pinch? Not now. Fuck off.
And you do talk to him out loud.
I do.
When no one's around. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I do. And I'm like, no.
It's so important to be assertive, guys. It's so with these things. And everyone sometimes, like in our episodes, they'll be like, oh, you have to be respectful to the ghost. You're not being respectful to a demon. Demons are different. It is very, very different. We're dealing with a demon or an elemental or a ghost. With ghosts, they were humans. We speak to them like they're people.
Yeah.
With demons, you have to be command your space.
Yeah.
Even with elementals, they play by different rules.
Yeah. It's like when you come across a bear and you like make yourself bigger and you're like, raw, get away from me.
Exactly. That's actually a really, really good analogy. That's a great analogy.
So be a bear around the demons.
Yes, and elementals too.
Yeah.
Elementals,
yes. I mean, anything that's not like of human spirit, just assert yourself.
So yeah, we're always trying to be respectful, but if you if you see us being a bit more aggressive or assertive, it's because we're trying to protect our energy and we're around something really bad.
Yeah.
As far as attachments, there were some people asking if we've ever gotten
my God, please tell this story, please. Okay, this is another tale of Scarlett's adventures outside of Chamber of Horrors.
Okay. Whew. So Kevin and I were in New Orleans. This is before a WWE show, and this is before we ended up filming Chamber of Horrors. So I made Kevin go to a seance at Bloody Mary's. So you guys met Bloody Mary on our episode with Grayson.
Yeah.
So I signed up for a seance with about 12 strangers. So I didn't know who any of these people were. We did the opening, and this Bloody Mary's a voodoo lady, so she opened with using the elements with the dirt and with the water and the fire and the smoke, all the elements. And
Which I love.
Yeah. We held hands, we did breathing exercises together, so we all got in tune with each other's energy. And then everyone took a turn trying to connect with something. For me, I wanted to find out about my spirit guides because I didn't have any human I wanted to make contact with. And there were 2 mediums in the room also picking up on stuff. And Bloody Mary told us, if there's anything you pick up on, even if you're not a medium, feel free to speak up because maybe you're picking up on something that we're not. So it was my turn. I learned about my spirit guides, and then other people started going.
What did you learn about your spirit guides?
I have some very, very protective, aggressive spirit guides.
I can see that.
One of them, I have 3 main ones, but one of them almost looks like the goddess Athena.
Okay.
Like blonde, light brown hair. She described her wearing either lavender or light blue, and she carries a sword, and anyone who comes near me, she gets very protective. I'm like, I feel that.
That's you, though.
It was weird, though, that she said that, but I felt like in tune with it, that this like Diana, this Diana Athena type, like Roman goddess type person with me. I'm like, oh, I feel that. Yeah, because I always feel like if
I feel that for you too.
You know, I feel like there's something there protecting me. But we all have spirit guides.
Yeah. I feel like mine is like a clown. I feel like it's like pinched. Like I feel like my spirit guide looks like whoop boo boo.
But is it like a Pennywise, like show his teeth kind of?
No, I don't. I think he's like. I feel like my spirit guide's kind of like a little bit of a buffoon. I don't know.
I feel like you got some tough spirit guides. We don't do another seance to find out
we'll
all
see.
your spirit
I would
guides.
love to know because I don't know. I'm like real like aloof in life, and you're like the opposite. You're totally like what you just described as your spirit guide.
I think I got a little clown in me.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, a little bit of clown in there. But anyway, go ahead.
But everyone else is going around and trying to connect with their past relatives. So there's a lot of crying in this room.
Oh, I'm sure.
This one lady, she wanted to connect with her father, and the mediums weren't getting anything. So I was trying to meditate and breathe, and I started to get these images in my head. So I'm like, let me just say this out loud because it's going to sound stupid, but let me just try. So I saw these palm trees, and I saw a line of these gorgeous cars, like from all sorts of different decades. And then there was one in particular I saw in my head, and it was a bright red convertible, looked like it was from the 1950s, like a grease car, like a grease type car. And I said that out loud to her, and she starts sobbing. She absolutely starts sobbing. She was like, my father owned a rum factory in Puerto Rico, and he had a collection of cars, and the red one was his first one. It was his favorite one. And I was like, oh, yay, I did good. Great. Cool.
Yeah, I love this story.
Great. So I think we're fine.
Is that like the first time you like got like confirmation? Like, wait, maybe I have like some sort of a talent here.
I got 3 confirmations during that thing, but I was like, but I'm not a medium, guys. I'm 100% not, because I don't know how the hell this stuff works and why it turns on sometimes and why it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, you have gifts too. I have gifts. Neither of us are technically mediums. I feel like we would need proper training to tap into
for
that.
sure.
But I do think everyone has abilities if you work on it.
Yeah, you just really gotta.
do.
I think it's like singing. Like some people
Yes.
like singing comes natural to them.
Yes.
Or dancing. You know,
Yes.
like it. Some people really have to work at it.
Oh, yeah.
Or
unless you're Ariana Grace. Ariana Grace from WWE, she effortlessly psychic. Like we both have our suns and moons in 8th house. That girl is Cancer sun, Cancer moon in 8th house. Anyone who's into astrology knows what that means. This girl is psychic.
Yeah,
she is psychic effortlessly.
Who is actually going to be our very next guest coming next week. We are really excited for you guys to see that episode. She kind of taps into those psychic abilities that she has been trying to suppress, but you know, she's way too talented to hide it. You'll see that. You'll see that come out.
By the way, do you realize how ADHD we're being right now with our stories?
Yeah, you know what? We're just yapping now.
Yeah.
We're just yapping now.
But the way the attachment ended in New Orleans. So it was a week later. I went to a table tipping in Casadega. They had a SLS infrared on everybody, and they were going to tell people if anyone had an attachment. I was told that day that I had something with me. I'm like, oh, it's probably nothing. These people, who knows if it's anything. Went to a tarot reading immediately after that with one of our favorite mediums, Joey. She's great. At the Purple Rose, Joey. She's awesome.
We love Joey. If you're ever in Casadega and you go to the Purple Rose, if Joey's there, talk to her. If she is available, get a reading from her. Yes. She is amazing.
She was the one that when I walked in, she was like, whoa, you brought someone in here with you. And I'm like, okay, you're the second person to tell me this today. So what is it? And then she was describing a medium height man, dark hair, sort of curly. I'm like, is it my father? Like he passed, but I don't think he's around. I don't feel him. And she's like, no, it's not him. It's some sort of ladies' man. He came from a tropical spot. And she's like, this is gonna sound so stupid, but does like a red convertible mean anything to you? And I'm like, what? And then I'm like, is it like a Grease type car? She's like, yes. And she's like, what is that? And I'm like, I guess I connected with this spirit in New Orleans a week ago. But why would he have followed me here? He's not even my ghost. And she's like, he wants to keep talking to you. And weirdly enough, at that point, I was very against Ouija boards and using them. All week since that seance, I was like, I need to get a Ouija board. I need to open up to something. I swear this guy was putting it in my head that like he wanted to keep talking. I think he followed me because he was like, oh, someone noticed. Like, let me follow her back. Yeah. Joey helped me get rid of him right then. She's like, nope, we're sending him back to New Orleans. But literally someone else's spirit can follow you just because he wants to keep talking.
I know, that was
the one time. But yeah.
Yeah, I love that story. I'm so glad that you shared it.
But no bad luck or anything. No demonic attachments. I think that was the one time I didn't do my proper closings because I was in someone else's seance. Mm-hmm. But it can happen at the weirdest times, getting these sorts of attachments.
Yeah, that's insane. But it sounds like he was nice and he like went back to where he was supposed to, and you're all good.
Haven't had issues since. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No bad luck or anything like that. You?
No. Not that I would ever notice if there was something going on, but I do want to know what's up with Pinch. Like, I really want to, I want to take him I would love for Joey or Kelsey. Like, if Joey or Kelsey could tell me what's up with Pinch, I would love to know more about him. I don't know that he's gotten, the proper look at by, a proper psychic. But I want to know.
I want to know if he was human or if he's messing with us, what he is. But you feel 100% he's haunted. It's not something in your head. I feel like even the spirit boxes have confirmed that
I feel like he is, but I always doubt whatever I'm feeling.
Until something happens right in front of your face.
Yeah, but then, him meeting PK and her immediately feeling
bad.
Yes. Yeah. And then you'll see, we introduce him to Ariana, and she has some things to say about him, which you'll find out in our episode next week. So yeah, I do believe that there is something in there, but sure. I want to know if it's good or bad or whatever. But even if it's bad, I feel like I have some sort of thing with him, and he has been decent in my house. So I don't think that I would get rid of him. I might protect him a little more.
You should never get rid of him. He's special.
Yeah, I think he's special too. I really do like him. But I want to know. I want to know his history really, really bad. And I like that, the more that we're going on in our show, we're learning more about him.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Have you been having any weird psychic moments or seeing things around?
Just in general?
Yeah, in general.
No, not really.
Okay.
I've told you, I've had dreams about my family.
You've had some incredible premonition dreams.
Yes.
That's her.
Yeah. A lot of things have been happening with my family, and I will always dream about them before, a few weeks before they get some really bad news. And it's been freaking me out lately. And
you'll sometimes dream too that we'll go to different locations, even with Bobby Mackey's. You dreamt about Bobby Mackey's right before.
That's true too.
You'll have premonition dreams that aren't negative too.
Yes, but it's been a while. It's been a while since any of that happened. But I did have a dream before we went to Bobby Mackey's about us going to Bobby Mackey's before we decided we were going to Bobby Mackey's. So yeah, I don't know. There's something going on there, and I want to tap into it more.
Yeah, people don't know that Bobby Mackey's was actually the start of it all. Everyone thinks that was our second episode, but that was actually our pilot that we used to pitch the entire show to WWE. So
yeah, it has a special place. So it's a little sad that it's torn down now.
I feel really lucky though, because we were probably one of the last investigators to ever get to go there.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. I mean, yeah.
What other places did you love and not love? Like, what was the least haunted for you?
I mean, I was really disappointed with Winchester.
Same.
Because, like, I'm from San Jose. We had Bailey on there, who's also from San Jose. And, like, I grew up with Winchester. Like, I wanted to be a what do you call them? A guide in Winchester, like, ever since I was a kid. Like, I was like, oh, man, I want to grow up and I want to be a tour guide at Winchester. So like to go there and nothing come through was
just the one room where she actually did the readings and seance. Like that one was active, and everything else.
Which was funny because that was the first room we went into, and like our REM pods were going crazy. I honestly wish that we just stayed in there a little more because that was the only time that we got activity.
But we had a massive mansion to explore. And
I know.
Besides that, it was so dead.
Yeah, I was really disappointed. I don't know, like. I feel
Goldfield.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
that's one coming up.
We can't put down an episode that's coming up though.
It was residual energy. We got orbs and things like that, but nothing intelligent. It was almost like an imprint of time. But we look for like active, like communication. We look for conversations with things that are like smart.
We didn't have enough time there.
True.
Because we listened to our tour guide for almost 2 hours.
Oh, true.
And you were seeing stuff during that. And then we only had 1 hour to investigate.
I don't know why. I'm having some weird clairvoyant stuff starting to happen. I don't know why it's happening now. It only happens when I'm like relaxed and more recently.
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell's happening.
I do think that you want to be in a good mood because then I feel like they like attach to that. Like they use your good energy to come through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like if you're in a good mood, then they're like, oh, let me use some of that good energy to like show myself.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
Because if you ain't got nothing to give, then I don't know. They're either just gonna take advantage of you or just you're not gonna see anything.
I think it's okay too that we go to places that aren't totally haunted all the time, just because it proves it more when we do go to places that are super active. Of course, we get excited when we see like the REM pods going off and everything, but it's more of like the energy when you walk into a place, you kind of know right away in a weird way.
Yeah, you can feel it for sure.
There was one spot that I am dying to go back to, Waverly Hills Sanatorium.
Me too. We didn't get enough time there.
Probably, we got like an hour?
Yeah, we got like an hour, maybe like an hour and 30, but like definitely not enough time. And I want to be there at night.
Should I tell them why we're only there for like an hour?
Yeah, I think like it's been enough time that like we can, like it's been like a year now that we could share that story.
So, when we were at Waverly, we had gone to maybe 3 or 4 rooms. Right after the tunnel, we go up to the second floor, and all of a sudden, was it Doc that got the phone call?
Yeah.
From JoJo that Bray had passed. So we were at Waverly Hills when that happened.
Yeah.
Of course, we stopped the investigation immediately. We were all in shock. Everyone's, we're just...
Yeah, there was no way that we were going to continue investigating. Everyone was just completely heartbroken.
Nor is it safe, because when that happens, that's when bad things can happen.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not that's spiritually safe either.
Yeah. We're all like super down. There's just no way. And yeah, like it's just not safe.
And we had fought to not even have that episode up. We're like... Because we're okay with it. I haven't watched that episode. Not even
Me
kidding.
either. I can't.
You've never watched it?
I've never watched it. I can't.
I can't watch it.
No.
But of course, like it wasn't our footage.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We actually asked out of respect for just everyone that was there to just not even post it. But
that's
but they edited it, and they said that there was still an episode there.
I never watched it.
No.
Me neither.
But I've read comments, and people say, like, why does it end so abruptly? Like, why is there no ending to this? Because we didn't even shoot like an outro or anything. It just ends. And this is why it just ends, because it does just end.
Yep.
But like, I do want to go back, but like now I feel like that place has that like energy.
That memory, yep.
Yeah. So
honestly, when I think of Wyndham now, though, I have so many like positive memories, though. Like, I don't associate him with that place.
Yeah.
Like, that was just a bad day.
Yeah.
But like the memory of him, to me, I have to separate from that place. I can't. You know, it's one of those things that happen.
Right.
In a crazy way too, we were supposed to have 2 other guests that day, but weird things happened with their flight. They couldn't make it. So it was almost like we weren't meant to be there that day. And we just, you know, pushed against, you know, everything else that was happening that day, and we ended up there. And then obviously things didn't go right, which I feel like that's what happens when you go against the energy of how things are working.
Yeah, but they were so nice there. Like, the woman that was working the front, who let us into the building, she was like, you guys are welcome back anytime, like, to continue it. And she just felt so bad for us. But yeah, I mean, like, that place is definitely haunted. There's like some really messed up stuff going on in there.
For sure.
Yeah.
We've gone on so many tangents, and I know we answered a lot of your questions, but
was there any?
Some more.
Was there any that any good ones that we missed? Because I feel like
I want some wild ones.
Yeah. I feel like there was some wild ones in there.
You got some weird ones in your story.
I know I did. But if you're wondering where the picture is from that I posted, it is from the Clown Motel, which that episode I am so excited for.
We did a 3-day Tonopah trip, starting with Goldfield to Mizpah to Clown Motel, and I feel like the episodes just keep getting better and better.
Yes.
As we said, Goldfield was more residual energy, but holy crap, did we get some intelligent stuff at Mizpah and Clown Motel.
Yeah, I cannot wait for you guys to see our little haunted hotel tour.
Biggest fear in regards to paranormal investigations? Do you have any fears when it comes to it?
I guess getting possessed.
For me, it's something following me home and affecting my dogs, which is why I protect the house so much. Like, as far as protection too, because people are always wondering protection stuff. My favorite stuff is dragon's blood resin and smoke.
Same.
Do you like that better than Florida water? Because I don't use Florida water as much as I thought. Like, I don't feel as cleansing from Florida water as I do from holy water. And then I use a lot of smoke.
So I do both. I like to use like the aerosol spray, Florida water, and I put that on all of my curtains and like any of like the fabric in my home. Like, I like to put around that, and then I do like a wash of like the sage with dragon's blood on it all over the house. So that's like my routine whenever I'm cleansing the house. I also do that once a month under the full moon. That's like my routine.
Do you ever use bells? Because when we got home from the 3-day weekend, I used my bells to like ring the energy around. I had like my little Buddhist bells too.
Oh, no, I don't, but I love bells.
Wind chimes, keep things away.
That's lovely. Yeah, I need to put out my wind chimes actually. Like, my stepdad loved wind chimes, and my brother gave me all my dad's favorite wind chimes, so I need to put more of them up. I feel like that'll protect the house pretty good too.
Did we just go off on an 80?
Yes, we did. Like, we were looking at questions, but we'll find some. And I will edit out all this dead space.
I feel like we, not even trying to, answered like half these questions because they were already in our head. Because I'm looking through them like, oh, we got that.
Scotty O'Bash asked, who is your dream guest for the show? Mine is Undertaker.
That's a good one.
I want Undertaker on the show.
Right now, and she knows, I'm trying to get Damian Priest to come to Hill House because he's the biggest skeptic.
Oh yeah, he is the skeptic of the locker room for sure.
So right now that's like a goal.
Yes.
Seth Rollins I think would be really cool because he's also I think a bit of a skeptic. And Becky, Seth and Becky together would be so great.
Oh my God, they would. They would be like, what the fuck is this? What does this Reb Pod doohickey? I don't believe in this.
But Taker would be so good.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, he would be awesome. It would just be like so epic, And because also Jesus loves Undertaker also, so like he would really feel for it, and that would just be awesome. Like, let's get him and Kane on an episode.
I feel like Kane would do it.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe if it was Taker and Road Dogg together.
Oh, please, Road Dogg to our show. Please,
yes,
Road Dogg.
Actually,
what about Triple
Road
H?
Dogg.
Road Dogg and Triple H.
Oh my God. Yes. Because like Road Dogg, I feel like would like, I don't know, get Taker in the mood to be silly with us. I don't know. I feel like Road Dogg gets everyone in the mood. I love Road Dogg.
Yeah, he's good vibes.
Road Dogg is my favorite person in the entire universe. I should have, I mean, like, I love Taker, but also.
But we love Road Dogg.
But also, like, I just freaking love Road Dogg. He's my favorite person ever.
I love Road Dogg.
Yes, yeah. He's actually the one that I asked when I got married, and I was like, Road Dogg, please book me to wrestle in my wedding dress. And he was like, duh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? He made it happen for me. So thank you, Road Dogg. You made my wedding very special.
Have you ever experienced anything in an arena before?
Oh. What was that one arena that we were just like, yeah, we were like running around with our equipment.
Yeah, the building, what building was it? It was a really famous one in London.
O2?
It might have been O2 Arena.
I think it was.
I turned on my Ovilus and it said something about 2 killed, stabbed, and it just so happened that year there were 2 people killed and stabbed there. And then the music in the makeup area kept changing on its own to Dolly Parton.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Remember? Just every single time kept changing to Dolly Parton.
And then wasn't in like, wait, no.
What are you thinking?
Wait. Oh, yeah, because makeup was there too. Mm-hmm. And they were like saying that they were getting weird stuff happening. Yep. It was like in that really cool room, or was that where
yes,
the bar
it was like the bookshelves.
Yeah. All of the rooms in there were so awesome. They were like really cool themed. They had really awesome wallpaper and like really cool furniture. That was honestly like the prettiest, coolest changing room that we've ever had.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But definitely haunted. Definitely haunted.
What other weird questions do you get?
What is the best piece of evidence that we've ever gotten?
Besides me levitating at Lizzie Borden?
I feel like there is not better evidence than that. Like, I feel like
or the murder weapon on the seer.
Oh, see? Yes. Like, honestly, everything that happened at Lizzie Borden just blows my mind.
I feel like we solved a murder at Lizzie Borden.
Yes.
Yes. Lizzie Borden. Yeah.
We came in and we had like a plan, and I feel like we solved a murder. Lizzie definitely did it. I'm so sure of it now.
She showed us.
And you flew. You were off of the ground. I feel like people are like, the cameras could not do it justice. If we had like
tried it 3 times after, and we still haven't been able to recreate that.
Like we've deleted it every single time we've tried it, but like we have not been able to recreate that moment at Lizzie Borden with Scarlett levitating off of the floor. So I believe it. Lizzie Borden just blows my mind. Like I want to stay there just for fun. Like I want to have a party there.
Just rent out the whole house?
We should. We should have a little party.
I'm trying to think if we've gotten crazier evidence than that. Hill House is one of those places that you just have to be there too, because I can see how on ghost shows people be like, oh, this was faked and this bang. Guys, if you think anything we do is faked, go to Garnet House and go to Hill House, please. Please, just stay there one night and then let us know. If you're the kind of person that says this stuff is fake, go to Hill House in Mineral Wells, Texas.
Yeah, I don't want to hear what you have to say unless you've stayed at any of these places.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because it will bite you in the bum. Right in the bum.
What are your thoughts on inhuman entities? Like, what do you think about aliens? What do you think they are?
What do I think they are?
Yeah.
I think they're real.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what I think they are.
I guess there's a new theory that the CIA just released that they're supposed to be in the ocean.
I believe that.
You think so?
Yes. Like Atlantis and stuff?
I think they're here all the time. Like, I don't think they're from another planet. I think they're interdimensional.
You think they're walking with us?
I think they're on another plane, but I don't know if I necessarily believe that they're from another planet in another galaxy. I think they could be here all the time, and sometimes what people report to be ghosts or inhuman entities, I think that could be what people think aliens are.
I think all of the above.
Yes, okay.
I think that there are aliens from other planets. I think that there are aliens from other dimensions. I think that there are aliens in the water. I don't know. I think they're
in your
everywhere.
house.
Yes. Under the ground.
Yep.
Maybe. Little mole aliens.
Little mole aliens.
Yeah, I don't know. I believe that there's so many things that we do not know or are being hidden from. Yeah, I think there's a lot going on in the world that we don't know.
Which is why we're investigating, and we don't pretend to know everything.
Yeah, no, I know shit.
We use our books and we use, our tools and, our bodies as like tools to investigate, but like we're just learning just like everyone else. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just very interested in like the stuff we can't see or the stuff that we don't know.
Do you feel like you believe more now than you did 2 years ago?
No, I've always been like very open to this stuff. And I think that's why I got into it. No, I love seeing like the evidence that we're getting. But like I've been watching these ghost shows for so long and like I believe in them when they do their investigations. So
I think I believe more now just because even just a lot of the things that are written have lined up, like even the demon stuff and the elemental stuff too. As far as what works with demons, like even with the prayer and with the crosses and everything that it said in the Key of Solomon about the demon we dealt with at Hill House, that all lined up exactly how it was written. The prayer, kept him at bay, like everything lined up. And same thing with elementals we've dealt with. I started carrying iron in a salt shaker, like powdered iron.
I love that.
And I feel like it even kept elementals at bay. And someone I know who's a medium who can see those kinds of things, she used it and she says it works. So
oh, great.
Yeah. Oh, there's one little other trick, speaking of, for protection, if you guys have issues with sleep paralysis or
oh, that was one of the questions.
Oh,
have you ever gotten sleep paralysis?
When I was a teenager, when I was really stressed out after my parents were getting divorced, and then after a breakup in my early 20s, it was terrible. But it was the one time, because I was very agnostic back then. Now I'm very spiritual. I, fully believe. But I called in the name of Christ, and that's what made the thing let go of me. So that made me much more of a believer in God and Jesus, because I feel like when we're young, we kind of have religion forced down our throats, and I feel like that's why a lot of people push it away as they get older, and then sometimes they come back to it, sometimes they don't. So I went from feeling like it was shoved down my throat going to church when I was a kid, and then I'm like, I don't believe in anything, and then starting to have these like spiritual experiences and things I just can't deny now, and kind of circled back around to it in my own path. Like a Christian Buddhist spiritual version that I don't even want to give a name to. Like I call myself a mystic. Yeah, spiritual mystic.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. I am also very spiritual. I would not put religious in there, but yeah, definitely spiritual.
The connection we have with the higher power is our own. Like I don't. Yeah. It doesn't need to be put into a box and a description.
Right. Yeah. I do believe in like good and bad energy and all that stuff. So.
And you draw in what you put up.
Yeah. Exactly. Definitely. I will say that I am braver since we've been doing this. Like I think back at like some of our earlier investigations, and like I was terrified before and after, during, and like now I can go into an investigation
and sit in the devil's rocking chair.
Yeah, and just like be really excited to go in and not lose sleep afterwards.
Yeah, for sure.
Like before, where it was like I would not sleep after our investigations.
And I feel like we know how to handle it now too. Like we know so many tricks, and like these things we're telling you guys really do work.
Yeah.
One last protection thing. A bowl of white vinegar or apple cider vinegar under your bed or near your bed if you're dealing with the parasitic entities while you're sleeping. So try that if you guys are having night terrors or seeing things in your room or hearing voices while you're sleeping. Try that. Bowl of white vinegar. The acid is supposed to dispel the etheric entities. So if they stick around too long, it dissolves them.
Oh, okay. So I do lemon.
Lemon acid.
Yeah. Yes. So I cut a lemon in half and I put salt on top of it. and I'll put that on like a windowsill. So yeah, I guess like a similar method, right? Yeah.
We've covered so much. I feel like
I know. Yeah. We really did. I feel like the only thing, did we cover everything? Kind of.
Yeah. If you guys have more questions, be sure to leave them in the comments. Is there anything else that you wanted to cover that we?
I mean, no, we even covered like our upcoming episodes that I'm really excited for. Like I said, we have Ariana on. Oh, we have Midian coming on.
He is wild. We love him to death.
He is insane. I love you, Midian, so much. We love you. Like I honestly wish like we had Road Dogg and Midian on. That would have just been like a wild
all together.
Yeah, that would have just been a wild episode. But yeah, so Ariana is on next week. We go to the May Stringer house in Brooksville, Florida, like near Tampa. And she taps into her psychic abilities. And then we also had Midian come to that location. We have a part 2 of that episode with him. And he's just wild. He is the opposite of Ariana Grace.
Yes.
So I'm excited for those. And then of course, our haunted hotel tour, which we have coming up. So we have like 5 really awesome investigations coming up.
And it's funny because we promised everybody at least 5 this year. We're way over that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, so we're just gonna keep going all year round. Every time we're traveling for WWE, we're gonna find every haunted spot. If you guys have suggestions of like really haunted places that you know of that we might not know of, please let us know. Yeah. Because we want to go everywhere.
We are really trying to, post weekly, whether it be these podcasts or investigations, but I'm telling you, the content will be consistent.
It will be there.
We are on this. We are dedicated to this page, and we just love what we're doing. So, don't forget to subscribe. We are funding this ourselves.
Yes, we are.
We don't have WWE helping us out anymore. This is our very own personal page. Yep. So, like, honestly, the best way to help us afford these to add on.
Help me, I'm poor.
Yeah. Just subscribing really helps. Liking, commenting. That's the best way to help us keep this going, I think. Yeah, that's like, we don't have like Patreon or anything to add to that, but just please subscribe. Please. It's very helpful. That's all you gotta do. Yeah, really all you gotta do is click a button and then these videos will continue to happen.
And the more you subscribe, the crazier shit we'll do.
Exactly. Yeah, right. Yes. Then maybe we can go to Dracula's castle or, I would love to do some overseas investigations, but we can only make that happen with your help.
With you.
Anyway, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving,
I hope that you guys are stuffing your faces.
We love you. Be safe.
Goodbye. Fare thee well.